President Hakainde Hichilema with his wife Mutinda Hichilema arrived in the United Kingdom and were welcomed by the Buckingham Palace Prince Charles. They also went to Scotland, where they were welcomed by Mr. John Sweeney, who is the first minister in Scotland, and he has also been rewarded with an honorary degree from the Heriot University, which has also promised to offer 60 full scholarships for Zambian students to gain their master's degree in business administration. Listen to President Hakainde Hichilema as he gives a speech at the honorary graduation event.
Our Climate Action Framework, published this month, underscores our commitment to mobilizing individual and collective efforts across all our 5 global campuses to deliver on our 10 sustainability commitments. With community involvement and co-development at its core, the framework fosters a cultural shift towards sustainability to lead the way in addressing the climate crisis.
Work in Zambia and fathers, there are worries every beginning of the term as to where the school fees would come from are no more. They just have to deal with mundane things that every pupil, every child needs when they're in school, but not school fees. We've gone beyond just getting kids in school, but also to support those that come from vulnerable homes through a school feeding system. Also, meal allowances for kids that are in college, that are in university. We know that if a kid goes to school on an empty tummy, they're unlikely to succeed. This is a package of measures that were put in place, and 2 years, 9 months in office, these measures are bearing fruit already. And we're very pleased that we've been able to serve the country and our people in this manner. Our belief in the universal value of education is not only based on our own experiences, but in watching the success of others, from Lusaka to here in Edinburgh, to do what they've been able to do over the years. And I was saying to Professor Williams that 3 of our largest banks in our country are run by ladies I refer to 3 musketeers. They are graduates of Heriot University. Great. For this reason, we were delighted that this university has provided over 50 scholarships for young Zambian leaders to start for qualifications here. Truly, truly appreciate this gesture, and we only can wish it to continue in larger quantums. Right now, Zambia is suffering the worst drought since our recorded history, or records began. And we invite you as graduates, professors, scientists, academic leaders, associates of Heriot Ward to support us in Zambia to do 2 things. 1, to ensure nobody goes hungry during this drought, as most of our agriculture was rain-fed. But secondly, to increase resilience so that in future, with climate change that is showing its ugly head, when there's a drought again, when there's a flood, we will still be able to feed our people. So resilience, irrigation-based agriculture, technology that we've been talking about, post-harvest loss, mitigation measures, as Prof. Williams indicated, of the research going on in this university. We would like all of this to bear on the situation that afflicts us in Zambia and in other parts of the world. As we're having a drought in Zambia, we have floods in neighboring Kenya, near neighboring Kenya, Tanzania. Last year we had floods and drought in the same rain season. Never happens. But these things need to be planned for, and the work that's going on here is beneficial to the global community. It is our responsibility to encourage climate change justice for marginalized groups while we utilize the best, as I say, technology and research from this university and elsewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we can only continue to invest in education, health, social justice, when we have the economic capabilities to do so. I'm a very conscious individual on this issue. Every time I'm asked the question, what's your focus for Zambia? As a chief servant of the people, I say first, in that order, economic transformation, success, then social support. Because you can't have the latter without the first. So we are conscious of that. So economic success is very important to us. So we promote, as I come here, stand here, we promote investment trade for the reasons that we've already articulated, but also to offer opportunities to young people who go through school, jobs, business opportunities, as it were. So I'm always marketing our country, and I do so in this hall today as I speak, that investment opportunities are abound in our country, and we would like the alumni to exploit those opportunities. As Zambia has restructured our debt, very difficult situation that we inherited when we took office, and becoming the first country under the G20 global framework to qualify for a debt restructuring. And we would like other countries to walk the steps we've walked. Very difficult. In fact, I called it at some time mission impossible, but it's done. And we thank all of you. We thank all of you for your support in many ways. Just the voice that you put in, but also the UK government, UK people, and others that have stood on our side to overcome this difficult mission, which opens the way for greater things to come in the economic sphere and obviously the social spheres. With 200 years of history, Heriot University understands how global systems change over time. Through the university's Go Global initiative, students are being exposed to a broader variety of cultures and experiences than ever before. This is really good. We believe fundamentally that when we are able to know each other better, we are able to work together more effectively, isn't it? I think it goes without saying. With this greater understanding of our fellow men and women around the world, we create peace together, an ingredient necessary for the economic prosperity that we all aspire to have in our countries and in the global community as a whole. Many of the ideas of economists, great economists, Prof. Williams, like Adam Smith, and I'm very delighted that I was in Edinburgh not long ago and presented, if you like, a paper at a place, at a location where Adam Smith lived and did some of his great writings. It's a rare privilege. And Prof. Williams, thank you for that once more. So we know what Adam Smith basically put together for us as young students years and years to come is still valid today. Yes, we need to create some adaptations, work on adaptations when we utilize these, if you like, ethos. But it's still valid today as it was before. And we need to exploit these research results that came out of hard work from people like Adam Smith. Many of the original ideas, as I said, which led to the creation of Heriot University over 200 years ago, remain relevant today. How ironic. Ladies and gentlemen, as you go out of this room as graduates, you are doing so as global citizens in an increasingly interconnected world. Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Just imagine a village boy going into the city of Lusaka, knew nobody at all. Came out, went to Birmingham. Now we're here. How can we say we have our own community? Yes, you may say so, but we share one community across the world. And what we do in our small communities affects others in another. Miles and miles. As we know, the war in Russia war is affecting all of us. So we must do good to our communities, and invariably through our communities, we'll be doing good to the global community. Very important. Very important. So let's go out there to do good for society. When we do good for society, our own interests will be taken care of. I believe in that. The work you do in Scotland, if I emphasize, will be felt everywhere, including Zambia, and vice versa. Our successes are your successes, and your challenges are truly our challenges. For this reason, and many others, we must work together for peace, prosperity, and a bright future for all. I thank you for your kind attention.
I now call upon Dr. Brian Rogers, Global Director of the Master of Business Administration Programmes in the Edinburgh Business School, to make the presentation of awards to Professor Richard Williams, Principal and Vice-Chancellor.